Hey guys, so I have a song for you, and I apologize for the washing machine noises in the background. As you can tell, because I'm wearing my pajamas, I'm doing laundry, but they're cool Adventures pajamas. Anyway, here's the song. It's kind of in first draft stages, so if I don't play it right, or if the words are hard to understand, I'll try to do my best to explain them.
First day he left, I put down that first brick quietly, protecting my heart. I promised myself no one could ever hurt something they couldn't touch, and I can't find the door, though I built it so many years before. Tell me once again you love me, 'cause I refuse to listen. Yeah, through my defense, because I need you. Over the years, I've battled so many tears, and I built this wall so high. Let no one in, learn to fake a grin almost all the time, and I can't find the door, though I swear I built it so many years before. Tell me once again you love me, 'cause I refuse to listen. Yeah, through my defense, because I need you, and my heart has never been very trusting, and I'm not sure, 'cause I've heard so many say that they'd never leave me all on my own, but there's something different, so I say 'cause I must have built over it years before. Tell me once again you love me, and I'll try to listen. Break through my defense because I need you. Oh, I need you. Oh, I need you.
I know the audio gets kind of weird on the phone, but so that song, it's about a lot of personal things, to be honest. It starts out with the words, "The first day he left, I put down that first brick, quietly protecting my heart." My parents got divorced when I was younger, and I won't say that my father was the first guy to kind of leave the family, either physically or emotionally or anything. And I love my dad. I sincerely love my dad. We don't always have the most easygoing relationship because he's not around a lot. But I really love him because he and I are very similar. And it's hard not to want to love someone who's super similar to you. Our humor is the same. Our love of music. I mean, there's stuff that I identify with as being something that my dad and I share. And it's not to the exclusion of the rest of my family. It's just that I always, when I think of, I love to sing, I think of my dad first. My brother loves to sing too. But I don't know. Like this is in fact my dad's keyboard. So as silly as it seems, and I've missed him a lot lately, and I've been thinking about him. And this kind of it bothers me a little bit in this song that it puts him in a not so great light. But to be honest, and completely honest, I guess, is that when he first decided to divorce my mom, that's when I put down that imaginary brick in the wall that I decided to build. Sorry, this is kind of emotional. The wall that I decided to build around my heart. And I didn't realize it at first because I knew it wasn't my fault that my parents were getting divorced. I was cognitive and knowledgeable enough to understand that it wasn't my fault. And there was nothing that I could do to change it, even if I had wanted to. My siblings and I weren't thrilled. But after a year or two, we understood that it was what was best for mom and dad, and that they didn't love each other that way anymore, but they loved each other in a different way, because they have kids together. Anyway, that's all their personal stuff. But I had started building this wall because there's another song that I was starting to write about the same experience that's had the words "everybody leaves" is what I started to understand. And it's not true. Everyone does not leave. But it felt like everyone started to leave at that point. For me, for a kid who I like to be alone, I recharge that way. I'm shy sometimes. I prefer to be alone. But when I want to be social, I desperately want to be social. And I think that's partly because I want to be so social that people won't leave me, like that they'll think I'm funny and they'll think I'm entertaining and they'll like me better and that kind of thing. And so, I try my best to entertain sometimes when I don't really feel like entertaining. But I really hold on to people, and when people are no longer in my life, it takes its toll on me. When someone's a friend with me, I think I count it as more involved than they might, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. There are some friendships that just kind of go away. Like, I had a best friend, or what I considered a best friend in elementary school, and she's still a friend, but we're not necessarily best friends, and we actually live in the same town, and we barely even talk. So for me, that's a little hard, because I had this, idea of growing up, and we both had divorced parents, kind of that camaraderie thing. But the song is about, to get back to that, the song is about building that wall around my heart, and that wall around myself, basically, that if I could make sure that no one got close enough, I could make sure I didn't get hurt again. And again, I love my dad, and he's not like the camel that broke the thing that broke the camel's back, or whatever you want to say. But I realized that I started to not trust people during that time. I love my dad, but I didn't trust that people would stick around. And I've got so many people in my life who have stuck around. Some people stuck around so much so that I didn't really want to stick around. And that sounds mean, but I had people encouraging me to do stuff where I'd be like, I don't want to do this. And they'd be like, you're really good at it, keep going. And I'd be like, yeah, whatever, you have to say that. You're friends with my mom, or, things like that. And those people have been good for me, people to encourage me to do different things and to, just try stuff, which is great. But the song, it just talks about, and I'm bragging about my own song, but my favorite part is the chorus, because it says, tell me once again you love me, because I refuse to listen. Yell through my defense, because I need you. And I've been a kid who considers themselves someone who follows God, and someone who is loved by God, and I've known that for years, but because I'm not willing to let people in, trusting people led to not trusting God, even when I realized He was the only thing I had at some points, because I couldn't explain how I felt to people. I couldn't verbalize it. It was all so emotional and so raw. I would turn to Him, but I also wouldn't trust that He would fix anything. I wouldn't trust that He was listening. And I just wouldn't let Him in the wall that I'd built. And it gets to the point in this song where it's kind of like, help me find the door, because I can't find it, and I'm sure I made one, and I can't find it, and now I'm scared. Please break down those walls, break it all. I want to do like a big awesome song about breaking down walls, but this is as close as I've gotten, and I don't want to fake it anymore. I'm pretty good at not letting people in, and I'm doing much better about trusting people and trusting God. It's super hard. Trusting people, I think, is actually easier than trusting God, because people you can see, and you can see their actions and exactly what they're doing, and if they're following through with what they said they would do. God, you can't necessarily like see like a physical person as God or something, and so it's much harder to trust them. I mean, sincerely harder. And so I find it easier to trust people, actually. But those people, like, I have so many great friends in my life now that I'm finally realizing it. I mean, you know how, okay, so as an example real quick, you know how people say that, like, I have 200 friends on Facebook, and you're like, whoop-de-doo, how many of those do you really know? I've got at least over 100 as far as I remember, and I know every single one of them. Doesn't mean like I'm best friends with them and I can completely keep in contact, but I remember them, I know where I met them, I know exactly how they shaped part of my life, and I think that's wonderful. I never thought that I would, because I've been going through to try to delete people, because you would think, come on, I can't know all these people, and I do. And I find it amazing. And the thing is, God's reminding me that I have people that are willing to break through that defense, and He's willing to do that using those people. And I've got like a second family with a family that I love to babysit and hang out with, and just second family everywhere. Second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever. Everybody's so kind and so generous. And there's, a few people that don't like me, I'm sure, and are annoyed and whatever. But, I get shaped by them too. And I'm trusting a lot more. I won't say I trust almost implicitly, but I do trust a lot more, which I think is a wonderful thing. Because before I was building that wall and I wasn't even letting anybody come within 50 feet. And now they're slowly taking the bricks down and trying to help me build myself up instead of build things around me that keep me from everybody. So that's what the song's about. Just that wall that we can kind of build between us and other people, as well as, because I believe in God, between us and God. And I'll just leave you with the chorus again. It's just, tell me once again you love me, 'cause I refuse to listen. Yell through my defense because I need you. And I pray that a lot. See you guys later.